So we are here with the last module of Unit 3 Environmental Pollution with the environmental laws. So today we are discussing regarding the environmental laws, but obvious laws are for the protection of the environment. So laws for controlling and preventing environmental pollution. In India we are having 6 laws or more than that. The 6 are specifically related to the environment protection. So the first is the Air Act, Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. It was originated and it was generated and amended in 1988. The next is Environment Protection Act in 1986, EPA. The another is Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, amended in 1988 again. The Hazardous Waste Act 1989, the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and the Forest Conservation Act in 1980 and amended in 1988. So the first is Environment Protection Act, EPA. So this act discussed in 1986. So this act is very important act and it is the head of all the acts, you can say. The act conceals all forms of pollution, air, water, soil and noise. It offers the safe standard criteria for manifestation of various pollutants in the environment. It forbids the uses of hazardous substances unless prior consent is taken by a central government. So there are two functionings, state level control boards are there, pollution control boards are there, and after that the central pollution boards are there. So it permits the central government to allocate authorities in various dominions to convey out the law of this act. Environmental Protection Indian Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. That means this act is mainly related to the air pollutants or air pollution, you can say. The board are provided the power to make rules and regulations to guarantee that air pollution is reduced in the country. The act consists of 54 sections and 7 chapters. Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 set out the roles and responsibilities of the pollution control boards. Chapter 4 regulates the pollution standards that are set and how they can be monitored, and Chapter 6 describes the penalties imposed in case of refusal. Next is Water Prevention Act. The government drafted this act in 1974 to check the water pollution by industrial, agriculture and household sewer waste that contaminates our water bodies. The primary objective of this act are to provide for prevention, control and reduction of water pollution and the maintenance or refurbishment of the naturalness of water. It has been designed to evaluate pollution levels and penalize polluters. The central government and state government have created pollution control boards to keep the check on water pollution. It is a wide legislation with more than 60 sections for preventing and curbing water pollution. Wildlife Protection Act, but obviously it is related to the wildlife, the birds, the plant species, animals, in order to make sure environmental or ecological safekeeping. The Act enforces restriction on hunting numerous animal species which are endangered or vulnerable. Amendment to the Act was last made in 2006. Also an amendment bill was presented in the Rajya Sabha in the year 2013 and was referred to a standing committee through it was later withdrawn in the year 2015. Next, Forest Conservation Act. It is related to flora and fauna which is available in the forest. It was ratified by the Government of India with the motive to control the unending deforestation of the forest of the country. The Act has an advisory committee which helps the central government with matters related to the forest conservation. So what we have discussed in this particular module, the environmental laws. Now there is a recap of Unit 3 all modules. What I started with the module 1 with what is pollution, its definition, what are pollutants, what are the categories of pollutants. After that I discussed with the air pollution, then water pollution, then noise pollution. We also discussed many case studies in this particular module. After that we have discussed the nuclear hazards, the soil pollution, the another ozone layer depletion, global warming, and we also discussed the solid waste management. So it is a very lengthy and elaborated unit, but very easy topic, very easy discussions which are related to your day-to-day life. Thank you.